Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, I'm working up here next to my childhood house. I built that, and then some months ago, I had an idea. Why not build my grandpa's house, which pretty much I consider to be my childhood house because I liked it there. And I had this road, and I did this in the last video. It stopped over there a ways in the sand, and I just continued it on and over my railway so that you kind of have a reference as to where it is. But it's around. Can't see so much anymore, and the reason is because Minecraft did the 1.2, 1.6 update, and you can't see very good because it's all like misty. And so I had my son work on it a little bit, and he got it to where it's like this. So it's no longer misty, but you can't see things. Like you can't even see my hanging garden of not Babylon. It's over there, I promise, but can't see it. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm at my top of a plateau here of sand. Why not? I just want to cover it up. And so I'm starting on my grandpa's house. I already got a little bit done. He had a nice grassy backyard. Down here was kind of a mixture of sand and dirt. And he grew, when I was growing up anyway, potatoes. So, but before that, he would have had a bigger garden going up, up here more, and it would have had everything in it. Because that's what he fed his family with while they were children, my aunts and uncles. So, this is the back porch here, and I'm just kind of working on it. I have some panes of glass. I think we'll put one in here because there's a windows around here. It might even have been a third one. We'll do another, and but yeah. So here, and I'm finally doing this thing. Decided, that I would build the white house because it was white out of the pale oak. So, yeah, another build in that, but it does look like it did. So it was a wooden house, basically kind of an A-frame, but with an extra room added here, and this went into the actual back porch. That's what I'm building right now. But I got some of it done. It's hard, to you just have so much to work with, and that's it. So it was kind of a dining room had kind of a mustard colored carpet, but we don't have that carpet, so I just used the yellow terracotta. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing here. So let me see if I can. Well, I'll have to get up over here, I guess. And so while I'm doing this, I kind of wanted to tell a story about a time when my family all went up to my grandpa's house. We lived in one town in the Midwest, and he lived in another town. And so we were all over there for the day, and a group of us was playing softball, and that would have been back here in the back 40, beyond the garden. It was dipped down a little bit. And the reason I put this walkway here is it's symbolic of Highway 20, which ran right in my grandpa's backyard. Now, it didn't run in our front yard, but, that's what I decided. This is Highway 20, this black thing here. And anyway, so we're playing softball out this way. Big, long area, just all grass. Behind it was a cornfield. Now, we don't have corn in Minecraft. Well, I don't. It's vanilla. So we I don't have anything to plant back there. I wish I did because I could just walk you right through this story. But anyway, so we're all out there and we're playing softball, some older kids and me. I was older, I was in high school. And when I'm trying to play softball, which nothing interfered with that because I really loved the game. It was my game. And my dad comes out to the field where we're playing. I don't know why. At first, I'm like, go away. You never went to any of my games. Like, I know you don't care. Why are you out here? And he's like the only adult out there. I mean, my uncle might technically have been, but he would have been like probably 18 or 19. And I didn't know what the heck he was doing. He just never even bothered with anything. And we lived literally across the street. I'm not kidding, from my ball diamond. So he just didn't care. And as we're playing, he's bugging me about, getting into the field, which was a little bit behind. Like, let the ball roll into the field, and then so he can, or so I can get some of the corn off of the stalks. So it's still on the stalks. It is ripe, you could see. And I'm like, not doing that. Screw you, Dad. I'm playing softball. I don't care. Whatever he's up to something. We don't know. And so I, just kept continuing playing ball. And I might actually make this double. And so, I get to a part where I'm supposed to be grabbing the ball that went like kind of out of bounds or whatever. And I did not do what he said. Now that's risky because my dad was, an A. Let's just hole. A with hole. With some consonants in there. And a little risky. I didn't do it though. I don't care. And so we're playing for a while, and I noticed him continuously going in there. And then he said it again, we'll just get some off each time. It'll make it faster. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what faster is. I don't care. And come to find out, much, much later, after it got dark, we did not go home, which is weird. Like, why are we not going home? And Dad was gone. The rest of my family was around pretty much. I think one of my brothers was with them. But they're still outside. I don't know what they're doing in the dark. I couldn't even fathom it. So after a period of time, he came back with some gunny sacks and or like, okay. And it seemed like it was some vegetable, and you could see it now, and it was corn. Yeah. So it was gunny sacks of corn. I'm like, well, where'd you get all this? And we're kind of questioning, trying to figure out what he's doing there. And so we go home and everything, and I think I'm going to make this window bigger too. And we start eating it like the next day. We're cooking it up. And, I guess what happened was with my grandpa, he, the 2 days after that, he was looking out his back window, which looked, of course, into this field, and saw the man, the neighbor of his, whose corn that was, go out with his trucks and the gunny sacks, theirs, and they're going to pick their corn. Right? Wrong. He said he saw him throw it down. He just tossed the sack down. It was really upset, and they drove away, and he thought that was weird. Meanwhile, my dad had given my grandpa some corn in a gunny sack and said, here, enjoy this, And that was nice, but it seemed kind of weird to Grandpa. Well, we found out later why that was so weird to him. Because Dad had taken all of his corn, not a few to sneak, to eat, to cook up, or whatever. No, he cleaned this farmer out And it's embarrassing for my grandpa since he's neighbors with them, and he put two and two together and kind of figured what might have just taken place there. And he would be correct. And so my grandpa, once he put two and two together, remembered this gunny sack that my dad had taken downstairs into his actual cellar. It was just a fruit cellar for storing fruit and vegetables. Oh, that's looking good. And so he got that and he took it over to the guy because he'd run into him too and found out it was true. There was not one ear of corn left. That's what my dad was doing all night. But he then gave me, look, somebody gave me a bunch of corn and there's no way I can eat it. Now, he wouldn't fess up to what he figured happened because he didn't actually know positively. And so he gave him back. And the guy thought that he was so generous, for giving him some corn. It's like it was his own dang corn. Yeah. So it was interesting. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to kind of share a story here while I'm building. And this, I believe, actually there was no window here. Yeah, so I'm just trying to kind of figure out here what I'm doing. But yeah, so that was one little story there. I did tell it in the last video, but I didn't know if not everybody watches all of my videos. So, yeah. So I'm working in. This was an addition that was put on. They had several people living in this one house. So there's upstairs, which I'm gonna make as soon as I get the roof on, and they rented out this room, so that's why they added it. They rented this out to a man, kind of during the Great Depression and after when things were bad and the war was going on. Let's see. I guess what I'll do is this. I'll do it this way. I'm not sure because this is the top of the porch. But I do need this for putting on the top floor, so I gotta have something there. I'll see how it looks, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this was a happy place for me. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I do need these two. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna get up maybe right around here. I need another. Let's see, let me just punch my way up. Okay, so actually maybe, well, it doesn't matter. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. Probably dropping half of my stuff down there. But yeah, I do tell stories. I've got them set up for podcasts. You don't even need the visual on them at all. It's just me playing or riding around in Minecraft. It's nothing pertaining to the story. So, okay, let me see if I've got another. Yeah, it's starting to take shape. It's going to be a long build, I'm afraid. I'm trying not to do 10,000 videos on this, but we'll just see what happens here. I'm just going to use this for the roof, but I'm going to put something else down for the flooring because, it had kind of a whiter cream colored roof ceiling, I should say. I was calling it a roof, but we don't have that here. I mean, the closest thing might be like birch wood, possibly. But the grains aren't gonna work for that. So we're just gonna do this so we could get started on the second floor. I think I could get up and down there. All right, now, yeah, let's just do this. Let's continue on across here. I might have to stop and get some more of this. calcite. I do have some more around, and I have ways to get more, but I don't really want to interrupt the video too much, so we'll just go as far as we can. Yeah, all right, I guess that works. Okay, let me go see, because I think I got a third one, but this was a really nice town to be living in. I'm not gonna say the name of it, I don't think. Let me see. I had some, yeah, let me see, because I'm gonna need a variety of doors here also. Okay, here we go. I really do like the birch doors, and it'll go okay with that. I don't know. I don't know about this. I might have to bring the porch. Oh, actually, yeah, the porch does go down to there. Oh, well, I'll fix that later. But on the other side, it didn't, so. All right. Ooh, getting dark. Wait, I forgot. The dang calcite. But yeah, no, my grandpa's place has just huge memories for me, and there's nothing I enjoyed more than going out there. I lost him about 15 years ago, and I'm still bummed every time I think of him. He was such a good guy, and, you just hate to lose people like that. All right, let's go here. And my grandpa, when he was in high school, was a tumbler. They were like the kind that would be doing the, well, kind of cheerleading, really, if you want the full knowledge of it back in the time. They didn't have girls as cheerleaders. They didn't have anything to do with sports then. And yeah, so like in the 40s, probably, yeah, late 30s, they just didn't do that. So my grandpa, though, would be a tumbler, and that's kind of what they did in between the different, well, I guess they're called, oh, whatever, quarters. I'm not a football guy. Not a football guy. Don't know nothing. Anyway, yeah, so quarters. But they would come out and they would do some tumbling and little tricks, jump up and down, and they do a pyramid and just cool stuff like that. Let's see if I got anything that I dropped that should be picked up, which has probably disappeared by now. Yeah, so he would do stuff like that, and they were really good. He showed me some photographs of them. And he also, I think it was track, but he went out for track. And he set records right and left. Any record that was there, he broke it, he set it. He was always better, stronger, faster, everything. I don't know what's up with this. He's like superhuman or something. But yeah, so as I'm growing up and become an adult and stuff, he would laugh at me. He'd have a picture, or I mean, not a picture, but a photostat copy of something from the school, and he'd show me it. So it would say, this is to inform you that so and so broke your record. In the whatever, well, at that time it wouldn't have been meters, it would have been yards. And so I always got a kick out of that he was an elderly man, elderly. And he would still get those notices from the school letting him know that he still had it going on. And I just thought, how much talent people had, more so than I guess we do now. But that's my grandpa for you in a nutshell. And when I don't know, I must have been, I was either in high school or had just graduated, but my grandpa was around 60 years old. And from his tumbling days, he would do these handstands, but then he would take it further than that. He would walk on his hands, and he walked down the sidewalk on his hands. And I'm like, what? You can do that? goes, "Oh yeah, I did all this stuff," and so proceeded to walk down to probably not the end of the entire block. It was a pretty long block, but about halfway, turned around and came back. Well, I used to be able to walk around the around the blocks and down on his hands. He was such a show off. Like he knew people would get a kick out of it, and so he would do that. But yeah, he just was still so in such good a shape. And he got carpal tunnels and stuff in later years, and he couldn't do that anymore. But well, I'm just kind of running around trying to see what else I can do. So I have to get some more calcite, and also we'll have a front porch that I want to do. But I think I'm going to do it in wood because the last I remember it was just stained, or not stained wood, but the whatever the lacquer that they put over it. Just gonna check out this will be the front yard, and I don't know how much farther I'm gonna bring the house out. I just need a spot for a living room, so I gotta put some furniture and stuff in there. So, and this was the dining room. I guess I could go ahead and put this up. But yeah, this was the dining room, and this over here would be the living room. So I'm gonna put some carpet down. I don't know. I might put some light gray. I guess I could do that real quick. I want to be able to stand on it. And then all upstairs, they were all bedrooms, except for one bathroom. So I guess I'll do we'll do some light gray. I'll take this too. But yeah, I just thought it was so cool about my grandpa. But anybody in the comments has cool grandpa stories, I don't care how long they are. Oh, go ahead, post them because I don't know if anybody else had a superhuman grandpa like I did, but it seemed like he was. It's just, and he was always fixing stuff, anything. He was crazy like that. It was just fun to see somebody take something that would give him, couldn't throw anything away, because he could use it for something, even an old mop, the handle or whatever. Nope, you'll make something out of that. And that's just kind of how he rolled. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna do, let's do, what's gonna look less ugly. Let's do the light gray. Yeah, he had carpeting. It was the older fashioned thing. It's not like he recarpeted every couple years. He didn't care. There weren't any kids left in there in the house. It's weird because each of us, well, my aunts and uncles, and even us, I went to kindergarten actually in their school, in their town. So lived with them. But because they fell on hard times, so he didn't turn anybody away. You could always have the upstairs. Even when my youngest aunt and youngest uncle were still in high school, yeah, no, they still stayed if they needed to for a while, maybe 6 months or something to get back on their feet. And yeah, it was just, that's exactly how my grandpa was. He didn't care. It's like you need something, you got it. But yeah, I think that's about it for today. I probably talked your ear off about my grandpa, but please, again, put any stories you have, because I do love to hear them. Or grandmother stories, don't care. But yeah, so it's taking shape. I have a lot to do yet, but at least I'm getting the floors in and I can do some more. And I'll just take you on a quick walk while I say goodbye for this video. Anyway, well, this was our house. It wasn't out of stone. It was wood, but we don't have any like green paint or wood or anything. So I used the mossy cobblestone and then used that as a contrast, the stairs for the roof. I do want to peek it a little bit more because that does look kind of funny. But yeah, and I'll have trees to plant, flowers to plant, a garden to plant. So I'll be talking to you again soon. And until next time, take care.